Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make Pogača bread, which is a bread famous in the Balkan area, and it comes in various variation according to which country it comes from. For today's recipe you will need the following ingredient: 750 grams of all-purpose flour, 250 ml or 1 cup of lukewarm warm milk, 2 eggs at room temperature, half a cup of 125 ml of oil, 3 teaspoons of yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt. To start making the pogača, we will first put the yeast in the milk, the warm milk, and add in the sugar, and just combine everything together and make sure that it is dissolved, and leave it to activate for 10 minutes in a warm place. Meanwhile, I'll break the eggs in a bowl and whisk them lightly together using a fork and put them to the side until the yeast milk mixture is ready. Now I'll add the salt to the flour and mix that well together. Make sure it is well distributed. I'll make a well in the center, and then I'll add the warm yeast mixture, the oil, and then the eggs, and mix everything together until the dough comes together. If you feel that your dough is still dry and not coming together, you could start adding milk 1 tablespoon at a time. I've added what mounted to 1/4 of a cup of milk, but don't add it all at once, just add little by little and keep kneading and mixing the dough together. To make it easier for me, I transferred to the bench and just kept on kneading for almost 15 minutes until the dough came together and it became more elastic and the surface smooth. Now I'll just put it in a bowl, cover it, and let it rise for 2 hours or until it doubles in size. After 2 hours, as we can see, the dough has risen quite nicely, so I'm transferring it to the bench, and now I'm making my loaf. So for today I'm basing my loaf on a 6 strands braid, but it's up to you if you want to make it in any other shape, as pogača come in very different shapes and sizes. So to do that, I'm cutting my dough into 6 equal pieces, and then I'll be forming a rope of each of these pieces. And to make it easier to work with that, I just sprayed my bench with some oil, and my hands as well with just normal oil, and that will make it easier to make the ropes. We want them to be roughly the same length. So after my ropes or strands are ready, I'll start shaping and braiding my dough. So start by pinching one end together, all of their ends together, and then separating them into 2 groups of thirds, and then I'm just going to overlap the outer strands to the middle and keep doing that. If you're familiar with braiding, this should be easy. So again, just overlapping them and putting them to the side. Just making sure at the beginning it's a little fiddly, but then you'll get the hang of it and the braid will come together nicely. So again, just overlapping them. Another way of doing it, which I'll show you now, is just to take one strand at a time instead of taking the 2 strands, and just bring it to the middle. Okay, just keeping 3 strands on each side like that, and just keep repeating that process until you reach the end. So now I'm just bringing my baking tray, which I've lined with parchment paper, and I want to create a round shape, but again, if you want to bake it as is, as a long braid, it's up to you, but I like the idea of having a round loaf. So I'm just making a spiral out of it and making sure that I'm pinching the ends together, so closing that so it wouldn't open later on. Just make sure that you're pinching it properly, and now I'll leave it to rise again for 1 hour. After 1 hour, the dough has risen, and now I'm just gonna brush its surface with some whisked egg, so a beaten egg, and you just brush it lightly all over. This will give it a nice shiny brown finish. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds. The ones I have here are roasted, but you can use white sesame seeds or any other kind of seeds for that matter. And now the dough is ready to go into a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until it's golden brown from the top and the bottom. And the pogača bread is ready. I hope that you will enjoy it. It's very yummy and it has a very rich texture due to having eggs and white in it. Do try it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on my blog. Have a good day.